Welcome into this place. Welcome, vessel. You desire to abide in the praises of your people. So we lift our hands and we lift our voice and we offer up the praise unto your name. Father God, in the name of Jesus, we surrender to your perfect will. We thank you for your mercy and for your grace. We thank you for your mercy and your grace, for loving us in spite of us. We surrender, Father God, to your perfect will. We say, be it unto us according to your will. We just ask for your wisdom, your guidance, your peace, your love, your understanding. In Jesus' name, amen and amen. Welcome, Hope Haven. This is Dr. Yvonne Pointer McCreary. I want you to come on in. Thank God for another day, a day we've never seen before and will never see again. Isn't that something? You ever stop to just think about it? That many people didn't get to live to see this day. And Renee, we love you. Didn't get to live to see this day. And tomorrow is not promised to any of us. So that's one of those God mysteries. That's one of those God mysteries. So we are so grateful for the privilege to come into your presence. We ask that you go ahead and share this broadcast. We have an amazing guest tonight. And I'm just grateful. I'm just grateful. I would start singing, but nah. Anyway, this is Dr. Yvonne Pointer McCreary. The Hope Haven is the dwelling place of possibilities. It's where we come Monday through Friday since October 1st, 2016. We're grateful for every day that God allows us to come. We don't take it for granted. We don't. It's important to me that you know, Sonia, I love you, how much I you're like a, you know, if somebody fell overboard, here's what it is. They fell overboard and they're out there in the water and somebody on the boat throws out the life raft. That's what we are to one another. We are a life raft. Many of us, Sonia, Renee, were sinking. Some of us are still sinking. But then we get into Hope Haven and we grab hold to that raft and we keep afloat, at least for another day. We want to say thank God for the Voices of Black Mothers United and the Woodson Center. Thank God for people like Labina and Victoria, Jada Gospel Kid, Bishop Alton, those who are carrying the gospel. Tim Wells, we love you. Thank God for those who call and check on one another. Tim Wells be calling me, talking, how you doing, Mama P? And I appreciate that so much. I don't take any of this for granted. I promise you I don't. It's all very, very important to me, and I thank God for that. Brother Jerry sends his love to everybody, and we just want you all to know that he is doing well in Alabama. But it's cold down there, too. They don't have the snow, but they sure have the cold. And when they get rain and cold and ice, they have to shut it down. Because in Birmingham, it's very hilly. And some days when I'm there, I said, man, if this was in Cleveland in the winter, you'd be dead by the time you got to the bottom of that hill. Because it's a very mountainous state. So we're going to continue to pray for Lady Gilmore. And if you have a prayer request or somebody that you want prayer for, just go ahead and put it up. We're praying for Chisa. I love her. She called and checked on me too. And praying for Tenora and Tammy. Just praying for the people of God everywhere. Got my Hope Haven shirt on. How you like that? I think Linda Campbell made me this shirt. I'm not sure. Either her or Miss are appreciative of the privilege to do the first 24, where we get up in the morning, we wash our face, brush our teeth, and for the first 24 minutes of the day, we come into the presence of the Lord. You know why we do it? You know why we do it? Because we need His help, His guidance, and His strength. Amen. We are thankful for everyone who donates. Yeah, Renee, thank you. For everyone who donates to the Gloria Pointer Team movement in Ghana, West Africa. We are so grateful because God is just doing great and marvelous things there. Now, normally I go through my message, but because I have an amazing guest tonight, I want to yield the floor. And we're going to get right into our conversation. But I want you to do me a favor. Go ahead and invite individuals to come in, tag people, let them know that we are live, and we'll see where the Lord is going. Now, I've been running all day today, and you know my sleep is about to come down. So if I fall asleep, y'all, no, I'm not going to do that. If y'all pray my strength in the Lord, would y'all do me a favor and help me to welcome Mr. Joseph Billups. Now, we call him Joey, so I don't know. You want to call Joseph or Joey?
My good friends and loved ones, they all call me from my younger years Joey. So okay. When you call me Joey, I know you're close to my heart.
Yes. Marcia, thank you for calling me today from the hospital, and I really want to get an update on that. You know, Hilton had a stroke. Yes, so Marcia was out there today. Oh, wow. I went to see him, and so he called me. He didn't say fine. He said, I can't even think now, but he knew Alabama. He associated me with that. So we're grateful. Okay, Bill Silvers Richards. Hi, Lori. Anyway, if I start reading, I'm going to get in trouble. He called, what did he call me? Inez.
Oh, okay.
He said Inez.
Hey, Angie.
Hi, Angie with the J. So we've got Joseph Joey Billups in the Hope Haven. Now, we got a lot of history, so we don't know which way this is going. But before we get started to where we are now, what you're doing now, we always like to go back to little Joey.
Yeah.
Was he from Cleveland? He got his sisters and brothers. Why don't you introduce us?
Joey Billups. And going way back, I was a young kid then who was really focused on doing the right things, and I was really meticulous about how I did them.
What you mean the right thing? You didn't want to be a bad boy?
Oh, no, not at all. Growing up, I had friends and some of my brothers and cousins. It was, don't call Joey because he's going to stop it all, and don't call him because you know how he is. And it's funny. Well, when I came on the scene, oh, here he is, guys. Let's get out of here. But, you know,
so you stopped any kind of shenanigans?
I tried to.
All right.
I tried to. I was in the martial arts back in the day, and so people knew me because of that, and I maintained my own, and I had a group of friends. We were all in the arts, so we ran a little different direction than those who chose not to be that way. But all in all, I loved all my friends, loved family, and we had a good time. I miss those days.
Were you born in Cleveland?
I was born in Cleveland.
Oh,
born in Cleveland.
What area were you raised on?
Oh, I was raised in the St. Clair area, Glenville. When I was in school, elementary school, I had all these great friends that we used to associate with and do a lot of different things. And the devastation came when it was time to go to middle school or junior high. And the street that I lived on, across the street from me, went to Empire. My side of the street went to FDR.
Yeah, we did that when we was went to East High, and then on the other side of Chester went to John Hay. Same street,
Yeah.
but just two different sides.
And you miss your friends because you weren't in school with them. But we came back together again in Glenville.
So, what was life like back then?
Well, back then, number one, I will say that they said then, I didn't realize it then, I do now, it takes a community to raise a family. And the neighborhood raised the family. If you were doing something wrong and you got reprimanded for it, I can guarantee you got reprimanded 2 or 3 times before you got home.
Yeah, because you got a whooping from the neighbor.
From the neighbor.
Uh-huh.
And then don't let the neighbor's husband come in and find out that you were not doing so good. Boy, I'm going to call your mama.
Yeah.
And when you get home, I just got a call from Miss Mary.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. Miss Mary.
Miss Mary's.
We do.
Yeah.
We do.
We do. We need
do.
some, we call them the nosy neighbors, always telling people business. But I think that's one of the things that's missing in our community.
We miss a great deal, and I really wish we can get it back. Because of all of that growing up, I did a lot of unorthodox things, such as I learned how to water ski when I was younger. I was in a program called Friendly Town.
Yeah.
And in Friendly
Water
Town,
ski.
Water ski.
On the water.
On the water.
But you also ski
in the hood.
But you also ski on the mountains too. So
I snow ski.
So you water ski?
Yes.
Where?
Yeah, down in the Muskingum River and on Lake Erie. On some
Joey.
Yes. I would jump in the boat. They say, you want to start from here? I said, yeah. Where's the skis? Right over on the side. I put the skis on, get in the water. They pull and make the rope taut. And I said, go for it. And I hold on. And
Now wait. Hold up. Who was driving the boat?
One of my friends, somebody who had a boat.
Was it white or black?
A white.
I was gonna say it had to be white.
Yeah.
Cause I didn't know black people was water skiing.
Oh yeah, I skied one time and we were down in the Muskingum River.
Hey,
I was
Kim.
in the Friendly Town program, and they pulled, and I went, and I decided I'm gonna try to go over this ski jump, this little ramp. It didn't know better, so I held on, went up over on the skis, and I landed in the water, and I fell. I was so frantic. I held on to the toe, and the more you hold on to it, the deeper it pulls you in the water.
Oh my goodness!
They had to stop, turn around, loosen up, or make some of the toe a little lightweight, and got me out of the water and said, "Joy, when you fall, let go."
They got Teresa and Yari. Hey, so wait a minute. I did not know that. This is what I love about Hope Haven. We get to know stuff about people. So, were you the only black person out there skiing?
Well, in this program called Friendly Town, this is a program that was actually over by the Case Western Reserve area, and it was a program where the inner city kids would go and get tied up with a family in a rural area, and then this is how they brought together the different ethnicities.
Okay.
So I was one of those who had the fortunate to be with this one family who down in Marietta, Ohio.
Yeah.
They skied. Well, that was great. The next year, I ended up going to a family who lived in Hudson. Now we're going to a different type of unorthodox activity. Well, and they had 640 acres.
Wow.
And the first year that I went, I learned how to do a lot of different things with the horses. And
you were a little boy. How old were you?
Oh, then I was, 11 years old.
Get out of here.
11 years old. Get down there.
Look, Hope Haven.
I ended up learning how to ride a horse. And the next year, they did not select me. I went to another family. But I was distraught. The family that I was with was distraught because the kids are of your age. And the family said to my parents, pull him out of the program. I can't deal with these kids here because they're upset that he's not coming back. And what you do is put him on the bus and we'll meet him at the Hudson Square. And it started from there. I ended up learning how to break cutting horses. I learned how to saddle cutting horses. We, as kids, when I was about 14 years old, we would play tag in the little corral with all the cows, and we would get from cow to cow to cow to cow playing tag. And when I started doing that and started learning how to be comfortable with a horse, I was very comfortable. I can get on a horse, and the horse would just sometimes get rambunctious.
So, hi, Teresa Sanders. We love you. How did you go from that back to the inner city? I mean, did you miss that part of life because you had been exposed now?
Yeah, I've been exposed. I missed it, but I got to tell you something. In the process of missing all of that, I was still connected with the family all the way up until, even now, today. The family now, the mom and the dad, they transitioned last year. The dad was still baling hay, and the mom was still inside doing various things. And this one, the mom was 92, and the dad was 95.
Wow.
And I would still go out. We would communicate every year with cards and visit. I got to tell you, her name was Charmin. She got married. I did, photography-wise, I did her wedding.
Wow.
And it just went from there. They bought me a horse. I learned so much. I mean, when you go in the barn and you get the big 55-gallon barrel of oats, and they would go grab a handful of oats and eat it. As kids, that's what we did. I'm like, oh, no way, I need mine cooked. They say, just try it. I tried it, and it turned into oatmeal like everything else. I'm like, oh, wow, this is good. So I did that. And growing up, after getting exposed to that, and I stayed exposed to it to the point that I actually bought a horse. I owned a horse for about 4 years.
Wow.
I actually owned a horse at Handy Farm out in Strongsville. I had a good time.
Now, we're talking to Joey Billups. We're coming up to what he does now. But is that something that would work today with the young people? Because I don't know if they even have programs like that.
I will say this. A lot of the young people today need that versatility and that diversified adventure.
Yeah.
Because it helps. A lot of these young people have an issue with trying to resolve misunderstandings and concerns, and so that leads to not feeling like they belong. They feel left out, and they need something to bring them back in so that they can learn how to do things. And it's the reason why I've done some projects in Ghana. But they need to learn how to reconciliate, mediate, and do conflict resolution in lieu of some of the negative or the delinquent type activities. So and it's important.
Back then, was that the 60s when you were doing that?
Mm-hmm.
So it was still kind of Martin Luther King-ish. Was it any prejudiceness?
Oh, let me tell you. During the riots, I lived over on East 99th.
Uh-huh.
We as kids, we went out and we were told, don't go down on St. Clair. We went down on St. Clair. And we went all the way down to 105, and then we called it the Rat Patrol. But we got spotted by the National Guards, who grabbed us, put us in the Jeep, and brought us back home.
Wow. Teresa, you know what? You ought to be ashamed. She told me it's 30 in Florida. So what about some snow? Is it snowing, Teresa? Hey, Margaret Bernstein.
Oh, snow. I love snow.
She told me it's 30. Yes, he is the former driver for Mayor Michael R. White.
Yes, I am.
We're going to talk about that. But right now, we're just so fascinated about Joey, the little boy. So you went to Glenville.
Went to Glenville.
Uh-huh.
I went to Glenville. I was to the audio-visual department. We then had a radio-TV department, which I was in that, and I became the station manager in the 11th grade. And what we did was, we did a lot of things with regards to radio and TV. We participated in a program with Rex Humbard.
I remember Rex Humbard. How many of y'all do?
We participated in helping with the wiring of that TV station, which has got me into the radio TV component, and I enjoyed it. That led to things like photography, and the list went on, and that's history.
Well, listen, Hope Haven, while y'all talking about 5 degrees and 30 degrees, and, you know, it's okay, because we're going to get through this, all right?
Yes, we are.
We're here in the Hope Haven tonight with Joey Billups. So Joey, because time will get away with us so quick. How did you end up in the police department?
Oh well, I got into the police department because I wanted to be a help and have some type of contribution to the community.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's how that's how I felt about it. And I ended up taking the test. I'm going to tell you the story. I took the test 3 times. The first time I took the test, I did well, but I had issues, so they say, with regards to workers' comp concerns and things of that sort. Well, I made an attempt to take the test again, and I still had that lingering over my head, so I didn't do well. But behind doing that, I said, I'm going to be number 1 from this point on. And I decided to be number 1. On the very first day that they took the application, I was the first one in line.
Okay.
The first day, or the day that they lined everyone up to go into the examination hall, I was the first one in line, number 1.
Mm.
I sat down at the first row, the first seat. Great. When I took the test with about 7,200 people, actually
7,200
at that time in the city of Cleveland, I ranked number 47 in the testing ranking. Still 1%.
Wow.
And I did that. So that's what got me getting into the police department. But I want to say thank you to you, Yvonne, because all of that I did, I ended up talking to you regarding getting into a program called NASA, the National African American Speakers Association. I did. And with that being said, everything was history again. I ended up speaking at several different challenges and did a lot of different things to try to express how I felt, what I learned, and how to pass and give it back to the other ones. And it was great. And I gotta tell you, I had a good time.
We have history, as I said.
Yes,
Hey, niece Gwen Jackson. Gwen, say hey.
Hey.
Joey, when you went to the police academy, were there a lot of African Americans at that time going through?
No, there wasn't. And you really had to be excellent. One thing I've learned over the years, a lot of that came from Mike White teaching me, because when I was riding with Mike White, it was like riding in a car with the professor of a university like Purdue, Harvard. And
he was brilliant.
He was brilliant.
He still is brilliant.
And he told me, he said, Joey, one of the things I want you to understand is mediocrity is a failure, because if the line is at one level and you do just enough to make it and you get there, that's great. But if that level raises to another level, guess what? You failed. So I was taught in watching him that excellence is very important.
Now, were any police officers in your family?
No. Well,
no, your mom, I mean your dad, your uncles, nope.
Nobody.
So what did they say when you decided I want to be a police officer?
Well, they were like kind of numb. They were okay. My dad, he was in the military. He was special force. My dad spoke 5 foreign languages fluently.
Wow.
And he was really into the military side of it. And I got to tell you, it's times when I would get off work, when I finally got on the job, my mom was always so nervous and worried about me.
I know.
When I worked midnights, 11 to 7, I would get off the job, go home to pick my mom up to take her to work so she could see my face. And when I was working day shift from 7 to 3, when I got off work, I would go to the house so she could see my face.
Now, was that your dad? Remember when you used to have those jewels, stones?
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because I remember you gave me a precious stone. I might still have it.
Okay.
And you said, so I think it was your dad.
My dad, he brought them back and he gave me some stones. And it's funny, I said, Dad, these real stones, so what's going on? I took a stone to a friend of mine who was right next door to Playhouse Square, and he looked at it, he was a jeweler. He said, you went to Taipei. I said, yeah. He said, how do you know? That's how I buy my gems. I said, well, what do I have here? He put it under a loop. He said, oh, they're okay. About $600-700 a stone. He said, I bet you paid about $35 for it, didn't you? I said, how did you know? He said, I'm telling you, that's how I buy my summers.
Wow. Hope Haven, we got, let's see. Okay, I'm trying to read what everybody is saying. So how did you end up driving for Mayor Mike White?
Well, I was working in the police department in the 4th District, and I was working with a partner of mine, and we used to ride up and down the streets. And Mayor White knew me from my childhood days. At that time, I had dated his sister, and we were close. And so he knew me well. And one day he asked me, he said, I'd like for you to consider driving for me. I told him, I said, let me get back to you. And after I talked to my partner, I said, no way, I don't want any parts of it. So my partner and I, we argued. He said, go do it. Take a chance at it. You're doing good. I said, well, who's going to watch you? They said, I'll be okay. That's how close we were. So I did the job. And I told the mayor, I said, I'll do it.
And how long did you drive for?
I drove for him for 12 years.
Wow.
For 12 years. One day, it's funny, I was driving down the street one day, and he said, Joe, would you like to go to Secret Service Academy? And I'm like, huh? I guess so. So that was history. I ended up going to the smaller version of Secret Service Academy, and that was it.
He had a way of recognizing talent, because that's how I started. I didn't apply for the job with him. They just said, Mike White is looking for you. He's looking for you, you know.
Yeah.
And so when he called you, I remember he was at a dinner, and he called me up on the stage and told me to step behind the curtain. And he said a few choice words. I was working for Lee Fisher at the time. I don't know what he said. But he said, and I want you to come over and do the same thing for me, you know.
Right.
So that's kind of how that happened.
Yeah, but you know, let me tell you something, Dr. Pointer. I can remember when I came to your office down in the recreation department, and I said to you, I said, I have a clothing line, and I would love to make you a dress for the Essence Award.
My God.
And remember when I would come down every other day with fabric, I drew and designed the dress for you, and I actually hand strung the beads for your dress. And it made it to New York's Essence Awards, and it was really recognized.
And then you went to New York.
I went to New York.
Because when I got the Essence Awards, some people might not know that. We had a bus. We had a bus full of people. Were you on the bus or you drove?
No, I flew in.
You flew. We had people on the train. It was just a big, big deal. Thank you, Joe. I forgot about that. And then when we got back here, we had something at the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Yes, we did.
Wore the dress there.
Yes.
So Joey Billups is with us tonight. Former police officer. You ski. We know you talked about us skiing on water, but you literally snow ski. Come on, you do stuff black folks don't do.
I said I do things that are very unorthodox for black folks. I snow ski. I'm a member of the National Brotherhoods of Snow Sports. I used to race. I used to slalom race, and I kind of slowed down from that. But when I get the young generation to call us out to say, "You guys want to go skiing with us?" we look at each other like, "Yeah, why not?" And we take off. We go to the biggest mountains. Most of the mountains are like 12,000 feet above sea level.
So what's the biggest mountain you skied on?
The biggest mountain for me, I would say...
this is interesting to me.
I would say Blue Sky. That's in Montana. I'll be going to Keystone soon, and that's in Colorado. 12,000 feet or 12.6.
And your wife skis too, doesn't she?
Yes.
Wow.
I ski. I have a ball.
So let me tell you, I went to Alaska once, and there was a restaurant they wanted me to go to, and I didn't know it was on top of this mountain. Okay, so how are we gonna get up there? So you had to get on a ski lift.
Yes.
I did it, and I said, God, if you get me off this thing.
Oh yeah, you get up there. It's sometimes you get so high altitude wise that you go through the clouds, and when you get to the peak of the mountain, it looks like summer. It's bright, sunny, and when you get ready to come down the mountain, you come down through the clouds, and that's when it gets misty. But you just cut through it and keep on going.
So what's exciting about that? It's scary.
No, it's not scary. We always say, I have friends of mine, we ski real hard. We'll go to the top of the mountain and look at the terrain, and we'll look at each other and say, what do you think? Well, hey, let's feel the fear and do it anyway.
So have you ever, like, Sonny Bono hit a tree?
Well, Sonny Bono was playing football in the tree line.
Oh, is that what he was doing?
Yeah.
I thought he was skiing.
He was skiing, but you know, when you get close to the tree line, you kind of be a little bit more conscious of where you're at, what you're doing. I've raced to the point that I've come down and friends would be standing on the side and they hear me grunting and it's a lot of work. I ski.
Now, when I do like the Winter Olympics, and you know, I like seeing them coming down the mountains. I think it's beautiful. I just don't want to do it.
I got to tell you, our ski club has, for the first time, the National Brotherhood of Snow Sports. Its purpose for helping to assist young African Americans to make the Olympic team. Well, U.S. didn't pick them up this year. But guess who did?
Who?
The Jamaican ski team picked them up. And they'll be skiing on the 11th of February. The two brothers are going to be skiing downhill. On the 16th, the daughter, or the sister, should I say, is going to be doing snowboarding. And they made the team. So we're going to have a big watch party for them.
Wow. Hope Haven, this is Mr. Joey Billups, former driver for the mayor, former water ski, snow ski, all of that. But let's talk to Joey now, the adult Joey, film producer, because he went with me to Ghana. We're going to get there. But let's talk about, how did you get into producing film? And we just saw your last movie, and it was incredible. It was a cliffhanger. It was a nail biter. What was the name of it?
The Emancipation of Miss Millie. It was a feature film. It was challenging. It was tough. But when you squeeze the trigger to start the production, it's like no turning back.
How did you get into filmmaking?
Well, I was a photographer, and I used to teach photography. And
you got 1,000 jobs. Yeah.
And honestly, what happened when I really got deep into it, I was looking at doing some type of program for my retirement party, and I said, I can't.
Alton Tinker said he used to ski with you.
Alton Tinker.
Hey, Alton.
He's a very good skier.
Yeah.
Yes. And he's a very good filmmaker, and he's good with the administration side, and I'm trying to see if I can convince him to come on board with us.
All right, Alton, you got to come in here and talk about it.
Yes.
Okay.
So as I started doing that, and one thing led to another, and I have to say myself, I was a good photographer.
Yeah.
And I understood everything about photography. When you transition that over to film, it's pretty much the same thing. So I did that. And I like writing stories. I like telling stories and putting it on paper. So I'll start writing scripts. I come up with ideas and I put it down, and I try to figure out how can I do this story in a very economical way, but still make it very impactful.
Because where did that idea even come from with that film? I'm not going to give it away. First of all, can people see it?
Not yet. We were recommended to try to put this into the process of the Academy Awards.
Okay.
So we kind of had to hold some of it back a little bit. We had some things to tighten up, but it's coming out soon, real soon.
So come on, that thought, it was amazing.
I got to tell you, the film came from a friend of mine who wrote a story while in school and college. I happened to read it. It was a 7-page story, just a homework assignment. I read it. Her name is Mickey Hardwick-Lett. I said, Mickey, oh my God, I don't believe it. Can I have this story? I can convert this into a film. Joey, get out of here. No, I'm serious. To make a long story short, she said yes. I took the film and turned it into a 92-page script.
It was incredible. And the end, Brother Jerry and I was like, what just happened?
It was great.
Was she at the theater that day?
Yes, she was.
Wow.
Yes, she was. Yes, she was.
So we've got Mr. Joey Billups, and have you done any other films?
Well, I'm working on two. One's titled King B versus the Manipulator, and the other's The Cowboy Story.
Oh.
And they're very powerful. They're both completed. Now it's just a matter of trying to figure out where we're going to do it and how we're going to do it. I'm looking at some venues that we want to go to California. There's a couple of people there who have ranches, and they're part of the professional filmmaking industry.
So because you got that love for horses, Teresa, I want to thank you again and again for introducing us to Kim. She's incredible. We love her so much. Mr. Joey Billups, now let's bring up Ghana.
Oh, Ghana.
Many of you all know my story with Anthony Tay and how he found a piece of paper about Gloria in 2003, and as a result, I've been to Ghana many times and taken many people with us. And Joey went with us the last time and went back since then. But can I say, I think I've gone 5 times, 4 or 5 times, and people, when they go, they're impacted. They make promises. They're going to do this, do that. And maybe 10% out of 100 actually do what they say. But you went and you did something epic. But before we get into what you did, talk to us about why you went and what was it like being there.
Well, after talking to you a couple of times on your trips, I said, hey, Yvonne, I would love to go. And the time came and the opportunity came when it was for me to ask. And I kind of got in there at the last moment. It was great. I went. I wanted to be there to support you because you were being inducted as Queen Mother.
Queen Mother.
Queen Mother.
Queen Mother.
Yes.
Nana.
And Nana.
Ama. Susua. The second.
Yes.
That's not something. I'm a Queen Mother in Africa.
Yes, you are. So I went, enjoyed it. I got to tell you, on the first time, number one, when you get off the plane and touch on the soil, it's something about it. You feel like you're welcome. You feel at home. And it's hard to explain unless you've been there.
Yeah.
You hear people say those kind of things all the time.
Yeah.
This is true.
Yeah. And you see so many people that look like you.
No problems. I was on the plane when I went this last time. I was on the plane. I was looking at trying to get a first class seat, but they were too much, $7,500 on top of the regular rate. And I said, well, maybe I regular rate. I said, I'm just gonna go on this.
Because the plane's so big, huh? Yeah.
Well, when I got there, got on the plane, every seat in first class was full with people of color.
Yeah, yeah.
Now they had money.
Yeah.
Where did this money come from?
Yeah.
They had it.
Yeah.
Business class was the same way. I was impressed. Well, I ended up going this second time because the first time, after doing a tour of the Gloria Pointer School, and then we went to another site, and after walking out of the building, I asked, how much does something like this cost?
To build.
To build. And when they told me, I said, really? So I came up and I tapped you on the shoulders.
Yeah.
And I said, I would like to donate some money to build a center.
He said that. He said that. Thank you, Gwen, my niece. Before we get to you building, I mean, what's some of the things that you saw while you were there?
Well, what I saw was the reality. One, we went to one location. It was a museum where we talked about the various things that went on, and the one president who had ended up going to prison because he was rebelling against what the Portuguese and the Europeans were doing with taking the sources out of their land. Well, they arrested him. He went to jail, but they forgot to realize that he could still run for president while in jail.
Wow.
He did, and he got out. And it was
the slave dungeon.
The slave dungeon was, well, I ended up finding out that I had allergy because what happened was I went in there, and after seeing all the stories and seeing the things that I experienced, I started getting the sniffles. My eyes started watering, and I didn't know what that was. But I have to tell you, it was very emotional. It was
to think about what they went through and to walk in there. You know, we've got some people here, Margaret Bernstein and Tanya and Teresa, that went with us and others. but to actually go
See it.
through that,
It
the
was
last bath,
Yes, it was. The last bath was. Oh,
the door of no
it will
return.
return. Oh, I have to tell you, we were in the one hotel, and I think I told you about that. And I was trying to get someone to help me carry my luggage to the bus so we can go to the next site. Well, the young girl said, "My brother, I take it for you." She was $1.05 wet. She took the big suitcase and the one that duffel bag, and she gave me the camera bag. We walked. I said, "Thank you very much," and I tipped her 200 CDs, equivalent to $20.
To only 12.
No, I want you to have it. She started crying.
Yeah.
I asked Quabina. I said, "Did I do something wrong?" He said, "Well, what's wrong?" I told him. He said, No. What happens is they live on the campus and they go home on the weekend, and what you gave her is what she lives off of in a whole week. $20.
Yeah.
I started getting the allergies in.
Yeah. It is so real. It is so real. I would say, Teresa, that everybody needs to have that experience.
They need it.
Because it puts life in perspective.
Yes, it
The
does.
stuff we be fussing and arguing. Wait a minute. How about this? We got so much violence in this country, but you got thousands of people walking the street, and you don't see no guns.
None.
You don't see nobody fighting.
None.
They so happy.
And they didn't know we were from another country because we looked like them.
Yeah, but they're the happiest people.
And happiest people. We went to a club and they said, "Oh, how many is it?" So the one guy who was with us said, "Oh, we got 7 of us." "Oh, hey, move. Give them some seats." And that's how kind they
they're
are.
kind. I remember one time I had given away everything I had, and all I had left was a pack of gum that had 5 sticks, like the double mint gum. And I was crying so hard, Tanya, and they were like, "'Cause I wanted to do something. Don't you want to just do something?" And the guy said, "Well, you can't help all of these children." So I gave the one little boy the pack of gum, and he tore it in little shrivels and
Yes.
passed it out to all of the kids.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. We went to a restaurant and McDonald's had cookies. And the one young man who went with us on your trip, he what am I gonna do with this? So I said, "Well, why don't you give it to the kids out front?" He said, "Oh, okay, don't throw it away."
Yeah, don't throw
He gave
anything
these
away.
kids 2 cookies. They
Don't throw
took
it
the
away.
cookies and
Yeah.
ran to the wall and
Yeah.
broke it and shared
Yeah.
it with the rest of
Yeah.
their family.
I think that my life will forever be altered because of what God did by connecting me with the motherland.
Yes.
And so Margaret went to open the first school where I was named Queen Mother. And so, Mike Cox is here. Hi.
Hey, Mike Cox.
So, I was just thinking, what an honor, what a privilege it is with Anthony Tay and all of those incredible people. And have you seen Emmanuel's books? Because I have him taking photographs. I'm
Okay.
gonna give you one because he's an incredible photographer. And one day I just said to him, Emmanuel, you need to put a book in. So in Shutterfly, you can put all your books, your pictures, and so we do that. Anyway, we got off. Joy went with us. He was so moved by what he saw. Anthony Tay had built orphanages thanks to Lori. They had a library, a Dow house, a church, and it was like a village,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
It is a village.
It is a village.
Mike Cox, it is a village. And all of this got Gloria's name on it. And Joey said, well, how much does it cost to build something like this? Now, I hear it all the time, right?
Right.
So he said, I'm going to build something and name it after your son.
Yeah. After my son, who was Marine, and he was also a fantastic artist. But I had to come up with a concept of why I wanted to build it. And the purpose for building this because of his skill set, and he did this in the Marines. He taught the people in the Marines, the corpsmen, how to do various things such as painting and drawing. And I said, well, if we're going to do this, I would like to do something that, once I mentioned earlier, that can teach the young people to avert from all the violence and the misunderstandings and the delinquent type attitudes and activities to utilize those skills in doing art, whether it's painting, filmmaking, dance, music, and that's what the facility is for, and it's great.
So you literally had a thought, I want to build something in my son's name. And how long did it take?
Ooh, what do you think, about 8 months?
It wasn't even a year.
Wasn't even a year.
It wasn't a year.
And
they had nothing.
Oh.
Nothing. And what do? They even make the bricks.
They make the bricks.
They make their own bricks.
They dig the trenches.
Dig the trenches.
The young people,
the
13,
little
14,
kids,
they're participating, helping to build.
And then they would send a picture. You know, they have the walls up. Next thing you know, they have the ceiling. And next thing you know, it is a complete structure.
Yes, it is. I got to tell you, when we got there for the building, we got there, I was flying a drone, and everyone else was getting off the bus. So I did the drone to follow, to fly, and watch them walking to the door of the building. So they were behind drummers and dancers in like a parade. They said, Joy, you got to hurry up. They're waiting for you. I said, okay. So I ran. I caught up with them. Got to the door. Now, I worked with the mayor many, many years. I did a lot of ribbon cuttings. They handed me a pair of scissors. I said, what is this? Well, we need you to cut the ribbon. So I cut the ribbon. They took the foil off the plaque where my son's picture is on the wall of the building. It's named after him. And when we opened the door, if any of you all, I'm quite sure most of you all have seen Coming to America, we walked in the door and it was just like that. Everyone was crying so much we didn't have enough hankies and Kleenex to clean up the tears.
So you mean to tell me you end up going with me to Africa.
Mm-hmm.
You get a mine.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to build a building. And now the freestanding structure is there.
It's there. And we did it. They have restrooms. They have dressing rooms. They have a lot of things. And I got to tell you, driving up and down the road when we were traveling, we saw a lot of young ladies carrying cases of water on their head.
On their head.
On their head.
On their
and
head.
take it back to the villages because they could not drink the water that was there. They had to get fresh water. Well, when we were told about a well to be dug there, we had 12 of us went. And I want to thank all 12 or all 11 that went and participated in this. They all participated in helping to build a well. Alta Tinker, thank you so much for your donation as well. Mike Cox and Karen, thank you as well. And we dug and built a well so that they can now have fresh water right there without having to go back and forth a mile and a half carrying a 40 or 50 pound case of water on their head.
Well, listen, somebody said that I know you can sing.
Yeah, I think it is.
So all right, we got to get a song. So, but wait a minute. I want to go back to something. With the Bible said, without a vision, my people perish, Marcia. So we come to Hope Haven all the time. Teresa Sanders has done so much for Ghana as well. I encourage you to be the change. Joey is doing that. He's not just talking about it. He is being about it. He saw the water condition that they, when we went one year, I think Margaret was with us that year. If not, they had to go all the way to this little creek and they had the water on their head and, you know, and the buckets and the kids were, I said, don't drink that water. It's like if you go to Lake Erie and get a glass of water. That's what it was like. And I'm just crying. They're like, Madame, it's okay, it's okay. So what he's done is went down 2,500 feet. Was it how many feet?
It was 250 feet.
250 feet.
To get to fresh, clean water.
Yeah.
And we did that, and I'm so elated, and we're going to continue to do more and more for the community.
But then, can I ask you, did it cost $1 million?
No.
500,000.
No.
100,000.
No.
75,000.
Let me cut you down a little bit because we'll be here till next week. It costs to do that well $2,500 to drill a well, and I say if we can make donations to do that, we can do another well. And they need it. They are so appreciative. We don't realize how entitled we are, not realizing what we've been fortunate with and blessed with.
Well, when was the last time anybody in Hope Haven? When was the last time you literally went to your backyard and pumped some well water? I'm just saying, pump some well water.
Yeah, it's easy
to
do.
And the things the way America is going today,
yes,
we don't know what's about to happen, y'all.
Yes,
I'm telling you, when you can make a difference to be the life sustainer of another human being, so we get an opportunity. The teacher salary per month, Tanya, is $40.
Yes.
Now, how many of y'all will go to work for a month and get $40? And then here's the beautiful thing about $100 to me. $100 goes to Africa.
Goes out, not a portion of
not
it.
Not 75 and
all of it goes.
All of it goes. So we are so fortunate. We're so fortunate that we get to do something. So I always tell people, you can sponsor a teacher. You can dig a well. We have one Sora in Sigma Gamma Rho. She built the store. That store when you come right in, and it's not like a Macy's. It's not like a Walmart. It's just a room with some stuff on the shelf.
Yes.
So you can do something. We've got people who buy chicks. Don't we see the little chickens? For $1.50, you can get a chick. The chick grows up to become a chicken and then lays eggs, and they get to eat the eggs. So what would happen if somebody said, well, $1.50, Dr. Pointer, I could buy 100. Right. That's only $150. And you've got 100 little chicks. And guess what they do? They'll put your name up.
Yes, they will.
They'll acknowledge. They'll say thank you.
We fed 200 kids.
I believe it.
200 kids.
I believe it.
At the ceremony for $600.
Yeah, I believe it.
And we had food left over.
Yeah.
And all they kept doing was saying thank you, thank you,
yeah,
thank you.
Yeah.
It doesn't take a lot to participate in helping those who don't have, because we are the fortunate ones. And when you ask young people, I had a young man on the first trip. He was complaining about not having a straw in his soda when we got back to Washington, D.C. I say, did you forget where you came from?
That you even have a soda to drink.
And I tricked him. I said, how many bathrooms do you have at your home? I have 2. Okay. How many televisions do you have? Well,
Running water.
We have 3.
Yeah.
I say, why do you have all this? And they don't have anything. We brought some kids to your room on our trip. And the kids came into the hotel. They never laid a set in the bed, never saw a television. And they were excited.
Never saw a swimming pool. They couldn't even believe. Anyway.
Yeah,
Hope Haven. Listen, if you all want to do something for Ghana, $ Hope Haven 1 is the account. You can Cash App, or you can go to the website, YvonnePointer.com, and go through PayPal. I think that when we talk about the door of no return, we talk about the last bath, we talk about what our ancestors went through so that we might have these rights and for us to have an abundance. I had somebody tell me one time, well, that's your vision, that's not mine. I don't need to give them anything. I said, okay, I'm not here to make you do anything. But Joey got a chance to see it. And then, you know what else he did? He wrote a play.
Yes.
Yes, he did. And sent the script to the children.
And they performed it very well. And it had a strong message to it.
Yeah.
Yes.
They speak 3-4 languages, so they're very smart.
Extremely.
Yeah.
They're doing algebra, and they're doing algebra
I know.
in kindergarten.
I know. And then Teresa said they did Martin Luther King. The day before Martin Luther King's birthday, I said, Anthony, would you do something? So in one day, they learned all of that. You know.
Yes, they did.
Yeah, they're
Yes,
very
they did.
phenomenal. $ Hope Haven 1, if you'd like to be a blessing. You can do something in memory or of one of your loved ones. Teresa's aunt. We have things in my mother's name. You can just say, you know, Dr. Pointer, I want to do something in my mom's name, my father's name. I want to do something in my children. Because we have one young man and his wife that went with us. They did a well in their daughter's not deceased. Teresa's friends, they just said, well, how much does it cost? And they did a pump well.
Mm-hmm.
But listen, all you got to do is let me know what you want to do. You look at his outfit. They make these things.
Yes, they do. And when I got there, and when we did the things that we did, the one thing they said to us when we went to this one particular facility or building, they said, Aquaba. Aquaba means welcome. Do I want to learn my native tongue? Yes, I do. And when I get the information, when I get the gifts that they give me, I always say to them, Madasi. It says, thank you.
Thank you. And guess what? And within a day,
In a day, they come back and it's ready.
it's ready. I'm talking about tailor-made.
Oh.
And then the outfit, it costs. Come on.
No, I think I paid for a beautiful top and bottom, pants and all. I paid $45 for it. Now, help me with this.
Help me.
How do you get a beautiful suit that I've been really, really talked to and got good compliments on the outfit that only paid $45 for it?
I know. And one of a kind. Because if you had to come back here in America and get it, God knows what it would cost.
I already found out about $450.
Teresa said the lady took her measurements and the next day she had her outfit ready.
Yes, she did.
And another thing, we can get in the bus and we could drive 5 hours and then we get there, they're either there or they coming up behind us and they don't have a car. They do those little, they're just some incredible human beings.
Unbelievable. And why is it
They're incredible.
We can't be like that? Let me stop there. We can't be like that. We need to just start practicing and being grateful and being thankful for what God has given us. And like the old saying goes, it takes a village to raise a child. It takes a village to support a family. And we need to start being supportive of everyone that's around us. Love all and be spiritual and teaching to everyone that's around us.
And I think that for real, like I have a young man right now that we're mentoring here. You have so many children over there. They would just love to have somebody like you that will say, I'm going to send them $10 a month. You know what $10 would do for their whole family? $50 would buy a bag of rice that would feed an entire village.
Yes.
I know y'all be like, Dr. Pointer, you always asking us to do something. I'm just saying, then make life better for somebody else, period.
Mike Cox and Karen, when I asked them, you know, we have a different relationship. I said, Mike, I need some help. You need to dig deep in your pockets and give me some money. Well, he didn't just give me some money. Karen gave me some money, and what he promised to give me, it was more than he said he was.
Because, you know, he's trying to get to heaven.
I told him, I said, there's no machines up there with slots in them. So,
Mike Cox is an amazing, incredible, and he know I love him so much.
If you don't know him, you need to get to know him.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier, how we've had a good run. Mm-hmm. You know, God has been good to us. All of us that used to work together. So, a couple of things, because I want you to think of a song to close us out. We're going back to Ghana. Joy's going to do a trip in 2027.
Yes.
We don't know all the details, but if you're serious about going, how do people reach you?
They can reach me at my email, which is Joey Billups, JoeyBillups @sbcglobal.net.
Somebody put that down. Say it again, please.
It's Joey Billups @sbcglobal.net. And you send me an email, I'll get back to you right away.
And you're on Facebook, right?
Yes, I am.
Under
Joseph Lee Billups.
And they can DM you.
Yes.
And let me tell you something. It is not that expensive to go. I've seen people who have trips, and they're double what we charge, what we were paying.
Yes.
Yeah,
Amazing.
double.
Amazing.
I had a group that was going, and I'm telling you, Teresa, it was double. I said, for what?
For what? Really?
Well, I think it was a fundraiser for that organization, but you'll be surprised. Tanya Williamson that went, she was like, Dr. Pointer, I can't afford to go. And Tanya's church got with her. Tanya just couldn't believe it. She went. Now, Alton said he wants to go.
Alton, we will be on the bus together. You and I will be discussing.
When
Yes.
I tell you, you will never be the same.
No, you will not.
We went to the waterfalls.
Oh.
Incredible. Did you walk across the bridges?
Yes.
I didn't do it.
Oh, yes, I did.
I didn't do it.
And I got back. You want to call them geckos or?
Oh
or
yeah,
iguanas,
they everywhere.
And they look at you.
They
and
everywhere.
It was fine.
And then only people running from was us. The people that live there,
it's no big deal.
It's no big deal to them. It's no big deal. They and Alton, I would like to send you a video. If you would inbox me your email, I'll show you when we open the first school. And then Joy's got pictures. It's just a lifelong trip.
Yes, it is. See,
That's what it is.
You'll never forget it. You'll always remember it, and you will learn how to be loving and receive love because of what you've seen that has been done to our ancestors.
Yeah.
And we're a very strong group of people because it's due to the fact that our ancestors were strong enough to withstand the
they
torture
endured. Yeah.
and all the things they went
Tenacity.
through to the point that they were able to bear us, and here we are.
One time we were going into the slave dungeon, and I was riding with Dr. Whitaker, who has been a godsend to me. God bless him. And the bus was ahead of us, but we were in our car, and we had our bags, our laptops. And when he got out, I said, "Oh, Dr. Whitaker, don't forget to lock the car." He looked at me, he said, Nobody. will touch anything. You can leave your purse on the seat with money falling out of it, and they're not going to touch it.
If it falls out, they'll pick it up and walk over to you and bring it back to you.
Yeah. And you would think you don't have nothing, as far as what we're considering nothing.
Mm-hmm.
But they have so much more than we do.
You know what they have?
Yeah.
They have love.
They have more than we do.
Appreciation.
They have more than we do.
And gracefulness.
When you can't take a hot shower or you can't get a cold Pepsi. Now, you know how, Teresa, you know I was fiending for a cold Pepsi. When those things are luxuries, it makes you value again some days when you go to restaurants and you watch what people are throwing in the trash, and you're like, oh my God, what would they give to have what we throw away?
Oh, throw away. Yeah, I got to tell you, the only thing that I look at is Dr. Pointer, Queen Mother, had me working because we went to a hotel. We couldn't lock the door. I said, Queen Mother, you need me.
Yeah.
But we had nothing to worry about.
Yeah, that was an experience.
Yes, it was.
Woo! That was, Lord of mercy. We're going to talk about that hotel.
Oh,
yeah. It was, and my grandson slept in the bus. He's like, all right.
Yeah, he sure did.
Man. They said they were going to do a T-shirt. Where's Man?
Yes.
My grandson, I took him. He cuts hair out in Hollywood. He's a barber, and he said, Grandma, I just want to go with you, and I want to cut hair in the village. And he did that. He did it. He cut from morning until his clippers just almost burnt out. But it's something that he'll never forget. that he went to Africa with his grandmother.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah. So, Joy, look, our time is up. So I don't know if you got a song, but I'm just saying, Hope Haven, Joy Billups. I'm talking about filmmaker, photographer, skier. He wears 1,000 hats, and he's had an opportunity. No, my granddaughter, who is a phenomenal actress in her own right.
Oh,
she was a little baby, and she's been in their films, and they got a movie coming out.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Logan has got a big
Fade to
film
Black.
coming out. Yeah.
And she calls me Grandpa.
So we have history, and I'm just so grateful for you coming. You got to come back.
I will.
And you got to tell us where can we see that movie.
I will. I'll definitely do that. I'm
surprised Netflix or somebody don't have it.
Well, we're working on that right now. And with that being said, there's many things that I do. I have to say, I don't feel no way tired. I come too far from where I started from. Nobody knows the struggle and road that I come through. I don't believe to leave me.
Woo! Myra, I love you. Hey, Kevin Malden. Listen, Hope Haven, do me a favor. Share this to your page. If you want to know more about Ghana, go to my website, www.yvonnepointer.com, or inbox me your email and I'll send you a video. Joy, how you got a show because you got drone. Are you putting together film of your experience?
Yes, we're working on a film right now, and the project's going to be one that we're hoping to put it into several film festivals.
Yeah.
And it's going to expose a lot of what we've done, what the people that have traveled with us experienced, and we're going to hope to get a large group to go in 27. This year, 26, we're going to be starting the soliciting, I had to use that word in that way, how we're going to do it and when we're going to do it. And we're going to start it early enough where you can make nice, soft deposits.
Because it's very affordable.
It's very affordable.
And listen. Joey went to Ghana, and within 8 months from the time he went there, they built a facility in his son's name, that a performing arts facility where they're doing plays, they're doing all kind of things because the man is a visionary. And without a vision, God's people perish. So many of us are so busy murmuring and complaining about what the government ain't doing, what this ain't doing. And the question comes down to, what are you doing? Forget what they're not doing. What are you doing?
Now, it's far-fetched, but it's not far-fetched at all. Those who may not know, what's his name? Elba Idris. He's working with the president of Ghana to build a film studio larger than the one that's here in the United States.
Wow.
The visionary point that I look at is we're going to be reaching out to him to ask him to participate in one way or another to help us with a film project about the Gloria Pointer story.
Hello, young lovers. Listen, niece Gwen, I'm telling you, I know we're going through. Everybody is going through something. But according to Jeremiah 29:11, God got a plan. And this ain't the end of our story.
No, this is the beginning.
When the person murdered my daughter, he had no idea that it was going to birth a movement all the way in Africa.
Yes.
And God ain't finished yet. We've been to Berlin to do something. And I told them the other day, I got a donation from Switzerland. I said, God, is you finna send me to Switzerland? Because you know I'm going.
And when you go, I'm going too.
Yeah, now you can ski.
Yes. I'm gonna hit the mountains
Those Swiss Alps.
in Innsbruck.
Have you been there?
Yes, I have.
You been to Switzerland?
Yeah.
Logan, we still in Hope Haven.
Hey, granddaughter.
You open it. Hey, can you open the door? I got your crock pot.
I'm not. I'm in Hope Haven.
I'm supposed to get in.
Where's your key?
I got it. All right, there I go.
Anyway, that's my baby. Kim, who want to go to Switzerland? We're gonna be world travelers.
Yes, we are.
I
Yes, we are.
just believe that God is bigger than whatever it is we're going through.
Oh, and I want to take Dr. Jackson.
Dr. Gwen Jackson, that's my niece, you know.
I know.
Ah!
I want to thank you because your books are in Ghana.
That's right. Yes.
Thank you so much for your support.
Yes. Let me tell y'all, if you want to, you got a story you want to tell, inbox me because you're welcome to come. If you got anything you want to place in Ghana, let us know. Everything is possible.
Everything is possible.
Everything is possible.
Yes.
Is anything impossible?
Nothing's impossible.
Nothing is impossible. Nothing. And I don't feel no waste time.
I don't.
I don't believe.
Nobody told me that the road that I was traveling down would get me to the point where I say, he didn't get me here
No, this can't be
without giving me the faith and the trust and the hope haven.
Hope
to
Haven.
do what it is we need to do. Because it's not an I, it's a us.
It's a us. Gwen and her mom both has COVID. And she's saying pray for them because their whole body is hurting. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Tanya Williams said her granddaughter has a book. Look, I'm telling y'all, we don't mind sharing the goodness.
Not at all.
We are not selfish.
That's right.
You want to get in on this?
Come join us.
Come join us. God bless you, Hope
God bless
Haven.
you.